Imagine your brain is not a container that fills up, but a living forest that requires constant rain to stay lush and vibrant. Most of us believe that once we walk across that graduation stage, the heavy lifting of our cognitive development is complete. We settle into routines, master our professional niches, and let our curiosity go dormant. But modern science has uncovered a startling truth. The moment we stop reaching for new knowledge, our biology begins to retreat. Learning is not just a tool for career advancement or social prestige, it is a fundamental biological necessity. It is the literal fuel for neuroplasticity, the process that keeps our neural pathways from becoming brittle and stagnant. Today, we explore why keeping your mind in a state of perpetual discovery is the most effective way to protect your physical and mental longevity. To understand the health benefits of learning, we must first look at neuroplasticity. For decades, the medical community believed the adult brain was a static organ, slowly losing cells until it withered away. We now know that the brain is remarkably plastic. Every time you struggle to learn a new language, master a musical instrument, or understand a complex historical event, your brain physically reshapes itself. Synapses fire in new patterns, and the myelin sheath, the insulation around your nerves, thickens, allowing for faster and more efficient communication between regions. This structural remodeling is like a workout for your gray matter. Without the resistance of new information, these pathways begin to prune themselves away. By actively seeking out difficult, unfamiliar tasks, you are essentially renovating your cognitive architecture, ensuring that your mental foundation remains solid and adaptable as you age. One of the most profound benefits of adult learning is the creation of what researchers call cognitive reserve. Think of this as a mental savings account or a backup power grid. When we learn, we build a complex network of redundant neural connections. If one pathway is damaged by age or minor injury, a brain with high cognitive reserve can simply find a detour through another connection. Studies have shown that people who engage in lifelong learning often show fewer symptoms of cognitive decline, even if their brains show physical signs of aging. They have built so many side streets in their minds that the traffic of thought keeps flowing despite the occasional roadblock. This resilience doesn't just happen, it is earned through the persistent, sometimes frustrating effort of trying to grasp things we don't yet understand. The impact of learning extends far beyond the brain. It is a powerful antidote to chronic stress. When we are stuck in a repetitive loop of work and worry, our bodies are flooded with cortisol, the stress hormone that damages our cardiovascular system and immune function. However, when we engage in deep flow, the state of immersion that comes from learning a new skill, our physiological state shifts. We enter a period of focused relaxation, where heart rates stabilize and the production of beneficial neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin increases. This learning high provides a natural buffer against the anxieties of daily life. By dedicating time to an interest that has nothing to do with your job or your chores, you are giving your nervous system a much-needed sanctuary to recover and recalibrate. There is a direct correlation between learning and the delay of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. While genetics certainly play a role, lifestyle choices, specifically cognitive engagement, act as a formidable defense. Challenging your brain forces it to maintain its metabolic efficiency. It keeps the blood flowing to vital areas like the hippocampus, which is responsible for memory and spatial navigation. Think of it as use it or lose it on a microscopic level. When we stop learning, the brain becomes metabolically lazy, making it more vulnerable to the plaques and tangles associated with decline. By contrast, the lifelong learner is constantly flushing their system with the metabolic demands of new thought, effectively keeping the machinery clean and the engine of the mind running at peak performance well into their later years. Social isolation is one of the greatest health risks for adults, often cited as being as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Learning is inherently a social act that pulls us out of our shells. Whether it's a community pottery class, a coding boot camp, or a book club, learning connects us to people with shared passions and diverse perspectives. These social interactions trigger the release of oxytocin, which lowers blood pressure and improves heart health. Being a student at any age removes the ego and allows for authentic connection. You aren't just gaining a skill, you are gaining a tribe. This sense of belonging and the shared pursuit of knowledge provides a vital emotional support system that keeps our hearts healthy and our spirits high, proving that the mind and the heart are inextricably linked. Self-efficacy, the belief in your ability to succeed, is a cornerstone of mental health. As we age, it's easy to feel that our best days are behind us or that the world is moving too fast to keep up. This can lead to a sense of helplessness and depression. However, every time you learn something new, no matter how small, you prove to yourself that you are still capable of growth. That moment of aha when a difficult concept finally clicks sends a surge of confidence through your system. This sense of mastery spills over into other areas of your life, making you more resilient when facing physical health challenges or life transitions. Learning reminds you that you are an active participant in your life, not just a passive observer, fostering a growth mindset that is essential for emotional well-being. Did you know that learning can actually change your perception of time? As adults, our days often blur together because we rely on existing mental scripts. When nothing new happens, our brain doesn't bother to record detailed memories, making time feel like it's accelerating. Learning introduces novelty, which forces the brain to encode information more deeply. This makes your life feel richer and longer. By filling your weeks with new experiences and insights, you are effectively expanding the perceived duration of your life. Instead of a decade passing in a flash of routine, a decade filled with learning feels like an epic journey. This richness of experience contributes to a general sense of life satisfaction, which has been linked to lower levels of systemic inflammation and a stronger immune response. The physical act of learning a new motor skill, like dancing, woodworking, or gardening, provides a unique double-threat benefit. You are simultaneously engaging your cognitive functions and your physical body. This cross-training of the mind and muscles improves coordination, balance, and fine motor skills, which are critical for preventing falls and injuries in later life. When you learn to dance, your brain is busy calculating rhythm and spatial awareness, while your body is building strength and flexibility. This integration keeps the mind-body connection sharp. It prevents the slow disconnection that often leads to physical frailty. By being a physical learner, you are ensuring that your body remains a capable vessel for your mind's ambitions, creating a feedback loop of health that sustains you for decades. Curiosity is a biological hunger. When we satisfy it, we activate the brain's reward system, specifically the ventral striatum. This release of dopamine is the same mechanism involved in basic survival needs like eating. This means that we are evolutionarily hardwired to find pleasure and information. For an adult, maintaining this curiosity drive is vital for preventing the lethargy and apathy often associated with aging. A curious mind is a hungry mind, and a hungry mind is a vigilant one. This vigilance keeps us observant of our own health, more likely to seek out preventative care, and more engaged with the world around us. By staying curious, you are tapping into an ancient survival mechanism that keeps you alert, motivated, and biologically young in spirit. Finally, we must consider the sense of purpose that learning provides. Purpose is one of the most significant predictors of a long, healthy life. Without a reason to get out of bed, a problem to solve, a skill to master, or a story to finish, our health can decline rapidly. Learning provides a never-ending series of small, achievable goals. It gives us a narrative for our lives that is focused on the future rather than the past. When you are learning, you are always becoming someone new. This forward-looking orientation has been shown to improve sleep quality, reduce the risk of heart disease, and even increase longevity on a cellular level by protecting the telomeres at the ends of our DNA. Learning isn't just a hobby, it is a declaration that your story is still being written. So, what will you learn today? It doesn't have to be a university degree or a complex new career path. It can be as simple as learning a new recipe, picking up a few phrases of a new language, or finally understanding how your garden's ecosystem works. The key is the effort, the intentional act of stepping outside your comfort zone and inviting the unknown in. Your brain is a masterpiece of adaptation, but it requires the spark of new information to stay lit. By committing to never stop learning, you are choosing a life of vitality, resilience, and wonder. You are protecting your health in the most profound way possible by keeping your world large. The more you know, the more there is to love, and the longer you will want to stay to see what happens next. Stay curious, stay healthy, and never stop growing.